Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today it's time for me to try out this so-called universal system against one pawn to d4. If you want to watch my tutorial videos on this opening, you will find the links in the comment section down below. So without wasting much of your time, let me challenge some random chess players on Lichess and see how this universal system is going to work. And by the way, do you guys want to learn how to beat the Italian game, the Bishop's opening, the Ruy Lopez, the Vienna Gambit, the Goring Gambit, the Scotch Gambit, the Scotch Game, and even other minor openings with black pieces? Simply check out the links in the comment section down below and get our new complete E5 defense course. Now, time to play some games. Let's go! So, first game, against a 21-29 rated opponent, d4, d6. There we see this move pawn to c4. Time to go c5. Now, we're going to the Benko. So this is a bullet match, you guys. Yeah, like most people like playing pawn to b6. So maybe the idea is to go knight a4. Let me go bishop d7 just to stop that. And then I continue playing my normal perk defense ideas. Bishop g7 is coming. Then castle short. Okay, I'm tempted to go pawn to a5, but you know what? I think my light squad bishop is misplaced. How about trading it off? Because my knight has to go on d7, my other knight. Yep, so this is okay. Now I have this. I can see pawn to a4 coming. And I have this. So let me just play knight b d7. Preparing to go knight g4 next. Okay, a5, my queen is under attack, so I have to rescue it somehow. Queen c7. I want to go knight e5, but I think white is going to play f4 here. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. So let's keep our cool. Our rooks have to be attacking from the queen side as highlighted. So I'd love to put my rook on b3 someday. Rook b4 also looks attractive and nice. You know, just putting my rook on a better outpost where it cannot be attacked by pawns. Yeah, I can just do this. With this, I'm just gonna take. I have this other knight coming. Yeah, so I'm very comfortable in this position. If I want, I can sacrifice the rook. And then let me even sacrifice the rook here. Yeah, because my dark squad bishop on g7 is just a monster bishop. Besides, I have this same plan that I was talking about, or knight b6 and then knight c4. These are all Benko ideas, by the way, that I covered. So I just sacrificed the rook, though I'm not sure if that was the best decision. In the near future, I also have pawn to h5, knight g4, and then knight e5. So that's a 1-0 move, really. Bishop e3? Yeah, because I can just go knight d7 now. Now I'm attacking this pawn, right? But in reality, I want to go knight a5. I don't know the logic behind rook a4 by white, and I'm not really sure what white is up to, but here I can just take. I think I can just take. I mean, queen takes b2 and exchange queens. This will be a good trade for me. Yeah, let me just take. Because what can white even do here? I don't see much. And then in the near future, I'll play a5. I also have knight e5, by the way, and knight b6. Yep. So there's no rook fa1, by the way, because of this monster bishop. So this bishop is more powerful than one of the rooks that white has. So you can see now white is begging for mercy. So let me play this. I have... Oh, I should have played bishop f6. I should have played bishop f6. Yep. Now it looks like I'm losing a free pawn on e7. I could have done better, but let me just continue from here. Should have played bishop f6. Can I do this? Just to avoid any... No. Okay, let me see if I can hold this. By the way, I have this move coming. If rook takes e7, and I have king f8. So it's not that easy though. So the threat is to go rook b1 check. And then I can do this and this check and win the, I don't know, First, let me protect my pawn like that. A5. My bishop is protecting my a5 pawn, by the way. I just don't know how long I can hold this position. Or maybe I can go king lift to avoid bishop h6. Oh wow. That's a move. That's a move. We are both running low on time, so it's time to make pre-moves. Yep. Okay, now this is just freestyle chess. Just gonna give a check. Oh, okay, I made a mistake. But this time, it's time is a scramble for time. Let me just try to flag my opponent. I mean, there's nothing much I can do here, right? What? What just happened? Did white just blunder? And this looks like I'm winning. Wow, that was so unexpected, you guys. But anyways, it was scramble for time. My opponent was under time pressure, so I do understand. You can see, you guys, I'm not saying I was winning or I played better, no. But this is how you tell how good a certain opening is. I mean, if I could manage to come back from the worst, that explains how good this opening is. Like, right somewhere here, after I took on b2 and white played rook b1, I should have played something like bishop f6 to protect my e7 pawn in advance, or something like bishop d4 as Stockfish suggests. The reason is, if bishop takes, now I have a new square for my knight and a passed pawn in case white doesn't take. Because if white takes, I was just going to play something like knight c5 and there was not going to be rook b7 to attack my e7 pawn. So this is how I would have continued playing this game, and you know, this passed pawn. But what did we see? After bishop takes and rook b1, I played bishop c3 instead of bishop d4 or bishop f6, and this permitted white to play rook b7. Wow! By the way, Stockfish says I was very much okay. I was doing great. Even in this position, I could have just played rook b8. Do you see what I'm talking about, you guys? I thought I blundered, or as if I made a terrible mistake. But Stockfish thinks this is holdable and normal. So just in case you feel like saying, oh, Casper, you can't glorify a victory won through a blunder. You guys, at the end of the day, it's life, right? Let me know what you think in the comment section about this. Right, time to hurt each other's feelings. Okay, so my opponent opens up with d4, d6. There we see c4. Let me go pawn to c5. So this is the universal system that I'm playing against a 2031 rated opponent. And there we see the advanced variation of it. I don't want to go pawn to g6. The move is pawn to b5 here. If I play g6, white may play knight c3 stopping pawn to b5. So let me go b5 first. I want to transpose this into some kind of the Bangkok Gambit. This is what I advised in my tutorial video. There we see pawn to b3, something I never covered in my tutorial video. What am I going to do against this? I guess I just have to take on c4, right? Yeah, let me do that. Pawn takes. Yeah. Now I can fianchetto my bishop. Oh, there's bishop b2. I have knight f6. Next, bishop g7. What is that? Queen c2 is just too early. I can play bishop f5 here. Attacking the queen. That's just too early. You don't just want to expose your queen if you have no many defenders to protect your queen. And now let me continue with my normal perk defense ideas. Bishop g7, then castle short. So it's like I'm playing the improved perk defense. There we see pawn to f3. I guess the idea is to go pawn to e4 by white. So let me take the knight on b1. I don't need the light squad bishop. There we see rook takes b1, knight s6. The idea is to go knight b4. a3 stopping knight b4. Let me go knight d7. No, rook b8. What was I saying? I wanted to play rook b3 next, but let me just trade the rooks I get. Oh no, this is a blunder, you guys, because I have queen a5, right? So let me take the rook first and then go queen a5 check. No, that's a blunder. And this is one benefit of playing this universal system, you guys. You won't just have many weaknesses in the opening stage. So now I'm taking away white's castling rights. Queen takes a3. By the way, there's no queen b8 check by white. My knight is covering that square. Oh, bishop takes f6. That's another mistake. Because white is just helping me to activate my pieces. I have bishop d4 check next. There we see knight h3, so I can go bishop d4 check. By the way, this is a bullet match, 2+1 bullet match. King g3. How can I meet my opponent here? Should I go bishop e5 check next? Yeah, bishop e5 check. Maybe pawn to h5 in the near future. I see something like queen e4 coming, but I still have bishop e5 check, and maybe pawn to h5 in the near future. Let's see what white is going to do here. Queen e4, just like I anticipated. So bishop e5 check. Learn how to make plans in advance, you guys. Predict moves. Oh, king h4 now, queen h6 check. Does the king have any safe square from here? Oh yeah, this is checkmate now. King g4, queen h5 checkmate. Great. So I think this was a smooth game as compared to the first game that I played. That was so funny. And anyways, let's go through the analysis together and probably see where I went wrong or where my opponent went wrong. Because I believe I did not play perfectly from start to finish. And don't just watch, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Let's go. So in this game, my opponent played the Queen's Gambit setup with pawn to d4 and c4, where I advised to go pawn to b5. Immediately you see the advanced variation. If pawn takes, you have a6, playing in the style of the Benko Gambit. I taught all this in my tutorial videos, you guys. And then this time my opponent played pawn to b3, after which I decided to continue with my normal perk defense ideas, cause that's the main goal. So the goal is to open up the queen side before you continue with your normal perk defense ideas. That's why I took on c4, and after pawn takes, this is when I decided to go g6, and now preparing to continue with my normal King's Indian defense or perk defense strategies. This becomes way much easier when your queen side is already open, so you won't have to worry about h4, h5. And here I thought white was going to take, but to my surprise, he played queen c2, which exposed his queen to danger. I played bishop f5, and then he played queen c1, and this is when I played bishop g7, simply continuing with my perk ideas. But after f3, I noticed he wanted to play e4, so that's why I took the knight on b1. After all, we don't really need that light squad bishop anyways. After this, I played knight s6, I think. Castling was also okay, but I mean, there's nothing wrong in developing your pieces first, because in this game I just wanted to attack. So with knight s6, I was preparing to go knight b4 next, and then later on play something like knight d7, knight b6, you know, all those Benko Gambit ideas that I showed you in my tutorial video. So that's why I played knight s6. My opponent stopped me with a3, and then what did I do here? I played rook b8 with an idea of going rook b3. And this is where my opponent made a mistake, or rather a blunder, because he played bishop a1, I think. Yep. And then that gave me chance to go queen a5 check. But first of all, I decided to play an intermediate move, rook takes b1, still playing in the style of the Benko Gambit. So after rook takes b1 and queen takes, I played queen a5 check, and then white played king f2. Then I took on a3 with my queen, because what else? And after bishop takes f6, another mistake, you know, which only helped me to activate my dark squad bishop. I just went on with that, and after knight h3, I played bishop d4 check, and the rest was history. By the way, in this position, white played king g3, but let's just see if he played something like king e1. Well, if king e1 was played, I was just going to give a check first, playing queen c3 check, and then put my dark squad bishop on e3, like this. And after king d1, only moved by white, I was simply going to put my dark squad bishop on e3, and then there was little that white was going to do, I guess. Yeah, this was going to be a mate in 2, I guess, after queen a1 check, and maybe the only move was queen c1, covering the check, and checkmate. So this is how the game was going to end, probably if white played king e1. Okay, now let's have another game. Let me play one more game for today. Let's go. Right, last game. Oh, against the same opponent. I hope the game won't go exactly like it did. You know, it's not good to repeat content. So c5. Again, there we see the advanced variation, you guys. Don't play g6 or knight f6. White may play knight c3. So just go pawn to b5 immediately. before white plays knight c3. Again, my opponent played pawn to b3 and this line. I hope we're not going to have the same thing because I'm gonna beat him again. Right, so this is where my opponent played queen c2 and I played bishop f5. But this time they were clever enough to change the move order, beginning with knight d2 first, so that if bishop f5 they can go pawn to e4, I guess. Do I still have bishop f5? Yes, I can still play bishop f5 if I want to, because white has not yet played queen c2. But let me just continue with my normal Perk defense plans, or my normal King's Indian defense plan with bishop g7, because that's the goal, by the way. After you open up the queen side or the c file, you want to continue with your normal King's Indian defense plans. This time I don't have bishop f5 because of knight d2 and pawn to e4. So that's why my opponent started with knight d2 first. Right, so castle shot. I like how my opponent is adjusting to the environment. So to stop pawn to e5, let me go knight d7. I plan to play a5 in the near future. There we see pawn to f4. Now my opponent is being aggressive. Can I go knight g4 and knight e3 next, or rook b8? Or let me just play knight back to e8. Yep. Yeah, trading the dark squared bishops. If bishop takes, I'm gonna take back with my knight. So there are many ways to kill a rat, you guys. Don't just stick to one line of moves. Let me go e5. Playing in the style of the Czech Benoni. Well, there we see pawn to f5. Now this is super aggressive. Let me just take. I think I don't have any kingside weaknesses. I can always put my king on h8. So knight df6. Yeah, this is quite a tricky game, but I need to be very careful. So knight g4 with an intention to go knight e3 next. I think this is something easy for white to spot. I just don't know. Wow, castle shot. Running into knight e3. Wow, this explains why my opponent is rated 20-25. This is not an insult, by the way. I know how people play at different stages. A 2400 or 2500 was not going to castle shot just to avoid knight e3. And the thing is, I have an open g file. If you think about it, I'm attacking the knight on d2 and also the f pawn. Should white play knight e4, I'm just gonna take on f5. Yeah, so I have queen takes d2 or queen e3 check and win the light squared bishop. If knight e4, I have queen takes f5, exchange queens, and then put my light squared bishop on the most active square. And my opponent's time is going down. Oh, I have 20 seconds, by the way. This is a bullet match, a 2+1 bullet match. This is what I like doing on Thursdays and Fridays. Let's see what my opponent is going to do. Knight f3, queen e3 check. Now I'm winning the light squared bishop with 16 seconds. So there's a 1 second increment which I'm relying on. Next, I want to take the pawn on c4 and go on with life. There we see knight g3. Oh, I'm running low on time, you guys. Let's hope my opponent won't, flag me. I should do less of commentary now. Bishop g6. Okay, just removed that. Rook f1. I think pawn to f6. Oh, that allows knight e6 in the near future. Let me take. Oh, my rook. Damn. Okay. White captured my knight. I need to find a way of exchanging queens. Yeah. Rook b8. Maybe let me go to b1. No. Oh, I should have taken the bishop. I should have taken the bishop, the dark squared bishop. Exchange queens. Now let's go for the rook. Just trying to simplify the game. Yep. So take the rook and the pawn. No mercy. Right. So I just flagged my opponent, even though I was winning, by the way, because I was just going to take all the pawns and take the dark squad bishop. I was going to promote into another queen. Anyways, this is all for today, you guys. So far I haven't lost a game with this so-called universal system, which I covered in my last 2 tutorial videos, so you better watch those videos as well. Now time for you to go and check out my new e5 defense course, which I have also linked in the comment section down below. And I'm glad to say so far it has received a lot of attention and people are getting it like crazy. So it's an opening response that you try against white's e4 opening. You're going to learn how to play against the Scotch, the Ruy Lopez, the Bishop's opening, 3 Knights opening, the 4 Knights game, the Vienna game, even the Italian game. So it's the complete e5 defense course that I just launched with my team. You better go and check it out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.